Hi, welcome back to the Arcade Repair Tips video series. Today we're at Reinberger's in Des Moines, Iowa, and we're here on location to help him with his PlayChoice 10. Now, one thing we got to remember about a PlayChoice or any Nintendo game is they run off 100 volts. And someone had wired in a switcher, but the problem with that is that the switcher requires 120, and they wired into the cabinet, which is already running through another switcher, which changed it, converted the American 120 to 100. So what we're going to do is tap back into the 100 so that we have full 120 power going to our switching power supply. As you can see, they've wired in from the Nintendo power supply up to here. We're only running 100 volts here. This is 120 coming from the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this connector and splice in these wires to go with this, so that we're now running off the 120 coming in up to here. We've got 120 volts here. Okay, what we've done is we've taken a pin and we marked this black side because we do want to make sure that we keep our line and our neutral separate or the way that they were. And all we're going to do now is just take a pin pusher and push in here. This you guys can get from Bob Roberts up here. And what this really handy tool does is it just goes in there and then you push these out, and this is where it gets hard. See, makes a real good snap, and then those come right out. So once you hear that snap and these are out, all it really does is there's some flares up on the side, and as you push that over it, it'll push those sides down and they'll come out. Anyway, so now that we pop that one out, we'll pop the other one out. You really have to press pretty hard on these, so don't be afraid to get rough. Also, sometimes you can use the side of a cabinet here to kind of give you a little leverage. See how hard I had to push on that? And now it's out, and we can re-crimp them. We'll tie these two wires, stripped them, we'll put new pins on, and we'll put it back together. So what we've done now is we've stripped these wires and we've stripped these wires, and we combined the two black wires and the two white wires together, and now we're going to crimp on the Molex here before we pop it back in, or the pins. You guys remember the little Indian in the teepee story. We're going to put the TP and get him ready. Put the Indian inside. As far in as we can go. We're going to crimp it hard once, turn it sideways, and again. And we'll do the other one. Sideways. Okay, now we're going to insert the pins right into the connector. Push them up in there as far as they go. And they'll kind of make a snap. Put the other pin in. Now we're good to go. And all we have to do is plug it back in. Now we have 120 going up there instead of 100. Okay, now we have power coming up here, and as you can see, the red light is now on the power supply, which means now we can run 5 and 12 volts to the rest of our game. But first we had to have 120, not 100, going to the American or standard power supply that we normally use in a lot of our games. Well, here we are. It looks like the game is up and working, and now that we fixed the game, Ryan can play his game. Just remember that you can put a switching power supply in your Nintendo style cabinet. You're just going to need to run the 120 volts AC up there instead of the 100 that your game currently has. Anyway, once again, this has been Arcade Repair Tips video series here on location at Ryan Burgers. And we want to thank you for watching. If you need any help or anything, just be sure to call, email us, or write us. However you can get in touch with us. And we thank you again for watching the Arcade Repair Tips video series, now in high def.